Today on Rack Recordings, we check out Bass Forge Hellraiser from Joey Sturgis Tones. What is going on, guys? Long time no see. I'm back again with another demo. Today we're demoing Bass Forge Hellraiser from Joey Sturgis Tones. Super pumped to be demoing this. I have been waiting for this plugin for such a long time. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Joey Sturgis Tones. Thank you so much for hooking me up with this plugin to demo in this video. Alrighty, let's dig right in. Alright, so here we are in the DAW. I've already pre-mixed Bass Forge Hellraiser. I will do it again and I'll show you guys exactly what I did. So first, let's take a listen to how it sounds, how it is right now. All right, so just gonna delete it. Gonzo. All right, so let's open up Hellraiser. Now it's at the default setting. As you can see, there are other presets for me to pick from. I'm not gonna use any of these. I'm just gonna show you guys how easy it is to do this yourself. So let's loop this little section here and I'll make a tone that I think sounds good by itself. And then we will adjust it to fit the guitars. All right, so let's start with the JST matched cab. It's obviously this guitar cab over here. I know Joey likes to use guitar cabs in his bass chain, so let's start fiddling with the amp controls and see what we can get. Cool, nice grindy bass tone. Let's bring the guitars in and see how that sounds with them. All right, so as we get here, it obviously needs some high end. So let's go ahead and make some high end for this. that's cool. I just realized that this Hellraiser logo glows when you play audio through it. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see how it sounds in a mix. All right, that sounds pretty cool. Let's see what it sounds like soloed. Now, another cool thing you can do to get more of a grindy or disgusting sounding bass is get rid of the cabinet. Just get rid of it. Like, it doesn't sound good when you do that to a guitar, but like with a bass, you could really get some interesting tones with that. So let's see what that sounds like. I'm kind of liking that, not gonna lie. Now I have the bass and the guitar soloed. We'll check out this whole section here. So bank A and bank B and crossover and mix. What is all this stuff? So basically bank A, bank B. Normally I would split my bass tones. Okay, so by that I mean I would duplicate this track. I'd have two identical bass tracks, a high and a low. The low one, it would be clean and only the low end. So like it might be 400 and below. Then the high track would be 400 and above. Or you'd find a resonant frequency that sounds bad and you'd cut that out, low and high pass the two tracks to bypass that frequency completely. And then you could treat the two tracks separately. So the low end can have compression. It could be limited. It could have a nice clean bass and cab, and you can blend it in with your bass drum. Whereas the high track, you get it all gritty and disgusting and blended in with your guitars. So that's what this crossover feature is for. So like I said, 400. So then 400, boom, and there's your crossover frequency at 400. So I don't know where that's going to be yet. So we'll mess around with that. But your mix knob, obviously, it's mixing in how much this is affecting your track. Like this is like parallel compression type of deal, your parallel processing. So bank A, on this plugin, this is your low end. So let's set the low end. There's a compressor and a limiter on both of these. So that's cool. So you can't use both. You could just choose compressor or limiter, but we'll stick with compression for right now. Okay, so let's solo bank B. Now this is just high end. All right, so then we can use the gain knobs so we can mix them together. I'm going to use them a little differently, but I'll show you in a second. All right, so what I'm gonna do with these, I'm gonna solo the guitar tracks, and we're just gonna use these gain knobs to blend it in with the guitars. Okay, there's the low end. Do the high end now. Another good trick to do with this is set your mix to mono, and then you can, since the bass is a center instrument, you could really blend it in a lot easier. All right, so that sounds cool. How does it sound together now in a stereo form? Cool. I'm liking how this is sounding. Let's hear what it sounds like in a mix. All right, let's see what it sounds like with just drums and bass. Cool. So normally now at this point, I would go along, I do surgical EQs, get rid of some nasty frequencies, maybe boost some things up to fit the mix a little better. But at this point right now, this is a hell of a sound. That was so cheesy. Okay, well, for me, this is sounding pretty good. This demon fuzz really seemed to help out, give it a little bit more grit. So for any and all information on Bassforge Hellraiser, please follow the link in the description, which will take you right to Joey Sturgis Tones' website. Thank you so much for watching today, guys, and I'll see you next time.